Hi everyone, Scrap and Gigi's here today, and I have a project to share. Actually a couple of projects. The first one is some earrings that I made, and these were using some really large, huge flat back pearls. These are about the size of a nickel, and I used some vinyl and cut out the initials and made those. And I used E6000 to glue my post on to the back, and so that is one of the sets of earrings I've made. I also have a friend who is a huge Red Sox fan, and so I made these for her. She loves her baseball, and so it took me a little while to get the sizing down on these, but it was mainly just trial and error, and I just kept playing with it till I got it right. But those are for her. And then I also made this little ring dish. This is great for putting your rings in, maybe by your sink or your nightstand, and used some vinyl and put on these. I got these dishes from Pier 1 Imports, and they're about maybe 2.5 inches wide and not very deep. But I've made a few of these for some friends and family and used the vinyl to do the monograms. Some of them I've put different words. My next project, I've seen a lot of people do the Ozark stainless steel cups from Walmart. And so this is one of the ones I've done. And what I used on this is Mod Podge, and I used the Recollections glitter, and this one is Bling that I used on one of the cups. And then I used this one, and I believe this is teal. It's kind of hard to read the writing. But these are from Michaels, and they're the extra fine glitter. And I also used the Krylon triple thick clear glaze. And what you do is you take your cup, you wipe it down with an alcohol wipe and some really fine sandpaper. Just lightly sand it, and then you put your Mod Podge on, sprinkle your glitter on. It says it normally dries within maybe 30 minutes or so. I kind of waited like maybe an hour or two and then went back and did a second coat. After you get the glitter on, then you spray it with this and let that dry. And then you come back with your 2-part epoxy. And this is the epoxy that I used. I got this at Hobby Lobby, I think, or Michaels, one of those. But it's the it's transparent and it's clear coating. You don't want the one that makes the molds. This gives it a glassy finish when you're done. And so that's one of the ones that I'm working on. A lot of people are using the rotisseries to put these cups on and turn them. I do not have a rotisserie, so what I did was I have a stand, and I just fixed it so that I could put my cup on it, and I just found something to do, and I sat there after I put my epoxy on and just kept turning it like every 5-10 minutes so that the drips would even out. But this is my cup that I did, and I used my silhouette for the letter B here. This is one of the files from the Silhouette store, and it's got a real smooth glassy finish. And you put your first coat on. I let mine dry about 24 hours, and then I come back with some 320 grit sandpaper, just lightly sanded just to kind of rough it up a little bit, and then I came back with my second coat of epoxy and I put that on extra thick. And so this is my Ozark cup from Walmart. I love these cups. They're really good at keeping things cold for long periods of time. I'm one that likes a lot of ice, so if a glass can hold ice and not keep my glass of soda water down, that's awesome. And so I usually always have one with me, but I am super excited with the way this turned out. It is time consuming if you don't have the rotisserie to keep it turning, because you have to stay close by so that your little, when you put it on thick, you don't want your drips to settle in one place. So you just have to kind of keep turning it about a quarter of a turn. And so I did that till all the drips stopped running, and let it sit for about 24 hours, and now it's good to go. So that is my project that I did this weekend. I'm super excited with the way this turned out. And so my next one, this is my second one that I will be putting vinyl on and doing my epoxy on that. But thank you for stopping by Scrappin' Gigi's, and have a wonderful weekend.